day, folks. Thank you for joining us here at Your Health. Well, we have a very special program for you today. We would like to introduce to you essential oils. We've been having so much fun working through these plant extracts, concentrated aromas of all the various plants around the world. You know, these essential oils, they're just fun to work with. The home spirit is lifted, the mood is elevated, and you know, as you work with these essential oils, you find that the arthritis doesn't ache so much, the blood pressure is lowered a little bit, the stress melts away, and my goodness, I even sleep better. So it'll be fun today. Essential oils, that's our concept. Stick around for that. But first, let's go to our news to see what's happening in the health world. Grass-fed cows produce more nutritious milk. Researchers from the University of Minnesota evaluated the milk of cows fed varying diets. They found when cows are fed a diet of 100% organic grass and legume forage-based foods, they produce milk with 147% more health-promoting omega-3 and 52% less inflammatory omega-6. The research team tested over 1,000 herd-pulled milk samples over 3 years. The study was published by Food Science and Nutrition. Well, this is fascinating, isn't it? Letting cows eat what they would naturally eat leads to healthier and more nutritious milk. This study was a collaborative effort by 6 different universities around the world. They compared the effect of feeding cows 3 different diets. The first was what's called the traditional feedlot diet, where cows are given about 50% of their diet from forage-based foods and 50% from grains and feed concentrates. And none of this type of diet was organic or pesticide-free. The second diet featured 80% of their feed from forage-based feed and 20% from grains and concentrates. And the third diet, the one that made such healthy milk, was a 100% organic grass and legume forage-based diet. This diet, the one cows would naturally seek out for themselves and the one fed to cows for centuries up until recent years, this healthy diet produced milk with 0.05 grams omega-3s per 100 grams of milk. That's 147% more omega-3s than the milk produced by the conventional feedlot diet. And by the way, 90% of all the dairy cows in America are fed a diet that creates less healthy and more inflammatory milk. But there is more. The healthy organic forage-based diet also contains more conjugated linoleic acid, which is a unique omega-6 as it can be converted to omega-3s by probiotic bacteria in our intestinal tract. Plus, this CLA promotes dietary satisfaction and thinness. Another big advantage of feeding cows their natural food is their milk contains 52% less pro-inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids, resulting in a near-ideal 1-to-1 ratio of omega-3s to 6. And finally, the cows fed an organic diet produce milk that is essentially pesticide and pollutant-free. Now, one last point, and it's a point the researchers did not mention. The healthier organic-based milk, well, it tastes better as well. Babies delivered by C-section or cesarean section have an altered microbiome or total body microcontent. This finding has been substantiated by multiple recent scientific studies. Researchers find C-section babies have reduced bifidobacteria, lactobacillus, and Bacteroides bacteria in their mouths, intestines, and skin. Researchers from the University of Florida have found a correlation between the increase of C-section births and an increase in the incidence of autoimmune diseases such as diabetes type 1, multiple sclerosis, allergies, and asthma. They also found a direct correlation between C-section-induced altered microbiome and increased autoimmune disease. According to the Center for Disease Control, 32% of all American babies are now delivered via C-section. That's a 33% increase in C-section in just 17 years. Related research in the University of Alberta finds if mother is overweight and delivers her baby by C-section, her child is 500% more likely to also be overweight at 3 years of age. It also found direct evidence that C-section-induced flora alterations plays a role in babies' increased weight. This study was published by JAMA Pediatrics. Well, folks, this is a most unfortunate trend. It requires some explanation. When baby is born via natural childbirth, baby is exposed to a wide variety of normal bacteria that gain entrance into baby's mouth, respiratory tract, skin, and intestinal tract. These normal bacteria take up residence and perform many normal and vital functions. This is how it has been for thousands of years. But if a baby is born via C-section, the baby is not exposed to these healthy organisms, and unintended consequences may result. As our report clarifies, researchers suspect the increase of autoimmune disease and obesity in children may be due, at least in part, to this lack of normal probiotic bacteria transferred from mother to baby. Now, I want to be very clear on this important issue. C-sections save the lives of both mother and child every day in this country. If your obstetrician and pediatrician say you need a C-section, by all means, do what is necessary to better assure your and your baby's health. But after the C-section, take steps to appropriately colonize baby with healthy probiotic organisms. And how do we do that? Well, nature takes care of that as well. As we now know, if mother provides breast milk as baby's primary food source for at least the first 30 days of life, she will colonize baby with the healthy bacteria that may be missing due to C-section delivery. We can also supplement baby's diet with probiotics. Well, today on Your Health, we'd like to introduce something very special. Today we will learn about the wonderful and therapeutic world of essential oils. Stay tuned to learn more.
Are you one of the 62 million Americans suffering from gastrointestinal problems? Do you struggle with other chronic conditions? That's why we offer Dr. Becker's Bionutrient Probiotics.
After years of research, we developed a revolutionary probiotic formula with gastro-defense technology. This system protects the good bacteria from stomach acids so the probiotics reach the intestines where they go to work. Additionally, we use live count technology to prolong the shelf life of the probiotics, so there's no need for refrigeration.
Dr. Becker's Bionutrient Probiotics is a powerful combination and one of the most effective formulas available today. And we offer a children's chewable formula too, those at prices you can afford. Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-1828 and ask about the auto-ship program for additional savings. I'm Cindy Becker, and this is Your Health at a Glance. Heavy metal poisoning is a growing concern, and it may play a role in your health. It can happen through occupational exposure or environmental pollution, or both. If you work in a metal shop, smelting plant, or any type of facility that uses electroplating or welding, you may be suffering from heavy metal exposure. But those of us who live in cities may suffer from heavy metal exposure to environmental pollution. It's the #1 cause of heavy metal poisoning. It can occur over a long period of exposure, or it can happen after a single dose. Symptoms can be overlooked because they're symptoms of common diseases such as fatigue, memory loss, tremor, joint pain, and indigestion. These are common symptoms of heavy metal poisoning. If your health is declining and you haven't been able to figure out the underlying cause, discuss heavy metal poisoning with your doctor. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Cindy Becker.
Can you lower your risk of disease? The answer is yes. One way is by including fruit in your diet. Fruit contains valuable nutrients that can reduce the risk of heart disease, stroke, and even some cancers.
We've searched the world and found 4 fruits we believe are among the best. Goji from Polynesia, acai from the Amazon, and 2 new ones, goji and mangosteen.
These 4 juices each have amazing properties that make them great additions to your nutritional plan. If you're a diabetic or have chronic pain, these juices will help you feel better and have more energy. Plus, they help with digestion.
Now you can experience the health-promoting benefits of all 4 in one convenient package we call the Fruits of the World 4-pack. And remember, it's 50% off by the case. Give us a call at 888-442-1828 or go online at bioinnovations.net. Welcome back, everyone. It's great to be with you today. Today's show is going to be so exciting. We are so happy to be able to talk to you about a new topic. This is fantastic. We get to enjoy learning about the world of botanical medicine. We're going to be exploring essential oils. You're going to see how not only are these amazing at impacting your health, you can have a lot of fun doing it. Richard, isn't that one of the parts about essential oils that we both love so much? It's the joy they bring us.
Yes, absolutely. You know, you can take a handful of supplements, and there's a physiologic effect there, of course. But when you put your essential oil into a diffuser or apply it to your skin, and that aroma fills the room and your senses, it's immediate enjoyment or immediate soothing or alertness or whatever you're trying to achieve with it. And that's very rewarding and sustaining.
Right.
And it's also a connection to the past traditional healing methods, because the essential oils go way back, way back. And throughout history, these essential oils have been used as a treatment for infections, for purifications, to treat trauma, treat pain, even diabetes and cardiovascular disease, stress, anxiety, depression, insomnia, even anti-cancer effects. So the essential oils connect us to the past and lead us into the future. They are time-tested. They are almost entirely safe and non-toxic. There are a few exceptions, but that is not among the commonly used essential oils. They're very safe. And the current world supply of essential oils provides some 400 different plant extracts. And they truly are from around the world, all around the world. You know, noni comes from Polynesia. Well, these essential oils, they come from every continent. Variety of shrubs, bushes, flowers, leaves, bark, roots, or even the seeds. The primary method to produce essential oils is steam distillation. Steam is passed through the bulk of the plant, and the steam and oily plant products aerosolize and then condense in a cooler environment, and then the steam and water and the plant extract, the essence of the plant, sits on the top of the water that's condensed, and then it's skimmed off as the essential oil. Steam distillation of the oily plant products condenses and it's skimmed, and this is the most common and, in general, the best way to produce essential oils. There are a few exceptions to that, but steam distillation is generally a sign of a quality product. There's other ways to do this, and sometimes we use it. Alcohol or solvent extraction. This can be alcohol or even hexane. You take this oil-soluble product like alcohol or hexane, you let the plant sit in this oil-soluble solvent, and it releases the essence of the plant, then you evaporate off the volatile solvent, and then you have the essence remaining. However, there's a problem with this approach, and that is it may concentrate contaminants, pollutants, and toxins. And all around the world, there are many pesticides that are used, and we don't want to concentrate those. That's something we want to avoid. But that is another method. We have steam distillations first. That's the most common and generally the best. Alcohol solvent extraction, which creates what's called an absolute. They call that an absolute. That is alcohol solvent extraction. Then we have cold press, hot press. You heat the product up, you press it out, because when it's hot, it releases more of its essence. Also, they do cold press. Lemon peel is the most commonly used essential oil worldwide, and it is produced primarily by cold pressing. The limonene content is the primary ingredient of lemon oil. Limonene, there's so much of it in the lemon peel that you don't really need to steam distill it or do solvent extract. You just press, you squeeze the lemon or an orange peel, and it just squirts out. Well, cold press it out and you get plenty of it that way. Also, carbon dioxide expression is another way of doing this. So we have various ways of extracting essential oils from the plant products. All methods produce a fat or oil-soluble aromatic molecules that we call essential oils, the essence. There are a wide variety of these aromatic compounds. They include hydrocarbons, terpenoids, ethers, ketones, aldehydes, esters, lactones, phenols, polyphenols, and many, many more. And such as the aldehydes and ethers and ketones, this is what provides the aroma, the pleasing nature of these essential oils, and that's part of what's extracted. Please understand, when we create an essential oil, they are highly concentrated. They're more potent than the whole herb. Much more potent than the whole herb. Let me give you an example. To make the essential oil rose, everyone loves the smell of a rose. And the rose essential oil, it's one of the favorites in the perfume industry, isn't it, Cindy? Well, anyone who's put on a little perfume has probably had a little essential rose oil applied to their skin, right? Don't you think? 5,000 pounds of rose petal creates just 2 pounds of rose essential oil. Highly concentrated. 5,000 pounds resulting in just 2 pounds. So they are highly concentrated. And they're much more potent than the whole herb, these essential oils. Since essential oils are concentrated, purity and organic sources are critically important because we can concentrate toxins and contaminants and pollutants, pesticides as well. We don't want to do that. We don't want to inhale the pesticide. We don't want to put that on our skin. This is a major concern of ours. Purity is critical in this area. Well, let's talk a little bit about the history of essential oils. Their recorded use goes back at least 4,000 years. The ancient Greeks, the Romans, the Egyptians, all of the Western civilization founders, they all used these essential oils. They used them for medical uses, religious enhancement, and various rituals, purifications, and anointings. The ancients had great understanding of these essential oils. We often assume that those that walked the path before us didn't know as much as we do. And we do have great technological advances, but how many of us really know how this electronic device works? How many know how that electronic cell phone really works? You think everybody knows that? No, we don't. But the ancients had a true reliance on nature for their medicines, for their sustainability, and I think they knew a lot more about their use than we do, because that's what they had. They had to rely upon these plants and their essence extracted as an essential oil. The ancients had great understanding of this, and we are rediscovering this in Western civilization, and I believe this is a very good thing. These essential oils are another tool that can go into your therapeutic toolbox to help you with your health problems. Hippocrates attended lectures on essential oils in Egypt, way back in the day. Hippocrates is the father of modern Western medicine, and he learned about essential oils in Egypt from the Egyptian culture. Herodotus, the Greek historian, in the 484 to 425 BC, wrote of frankincense, the saying to the Christ child, the gift to the Christ child. Diodorus of Sicily in the 1st century BC wrote that the frankincense grown in the Arabian Peninsula could supply all of the world's religions with incense to burn in their temples. Early recorded references to these plants that are used for essential oils. Pliny the Elder, who lived from 23 to 79 AD, he complained in his writings that a great fortune, what a great fortune, Rome spends on India's essential oils and spices. And he went on to complain, if we could only grow them here in Rome, in Italy, we could save us millions of their dollars. Okay? So this goes way back, way back, way back. And when we return from these important messages, Cindy, let's talk a little bit about the biblical references to the essential oils, used as anointings and gifts and purification. This is really interesting. We'll have that when we return. Every day, about 200 million Americans do not get enough of a key essential mineral.
That mineral is magnesium. The typical American diet does not supply enough.
The magnesium is so important. It protects bones and helps more than 300 different enzymes in the human body perform efficiently.
That's why Bioinnovations offers chelated magnesium capsules for oral use and topical magnesium gel to be applied to the skin. That's 2 forms of magnesium to meet your daily needs.
Scientific evidence points to Distillation as the best method of vitamin and mineral formulation.
So call 888-442-1828 or go online at bioinnovations.net to place your order. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings.
because chances are you are one of the 200 million Americans who need more magnesium every day. I'm Dr. Richard Becker for Your Health at a Glance. More and more people suffer from asthma. One cause is obvious. The world is a polluted place, and the air we breathe is not always healthy. But other causes of asthma aren't as obvious. Recent research connects a poor quality, high sugar diet and the frequent use of antibiotics to higher rates of asthma and cases of asthma that are tougher to treat. A fast food diet does not meet our nutritional needs. Plus, the indiscriminate use of antibiotics can seriously disturb the delicate balance of healthy microbes in our intestinal tract. So switch to a garden fresh diet that calms and prevents asthma. Eat fruit-like veggies such as tomatoes, cucumbers, and eggplant. Eat yogurt, ginger, turmeric, and take fish oil. Nature holds the answer, but it's up to us to make healthy choices. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Dr. Richard Becker. Have you heard of Cordyceps sinensis, the medicinal mushroom that supports metabolic processes for stimulant-free energy? This remarkable mushroom also supports the immune and respiratory systems, as well as the heart and lungs.
BioInnovations brings you Dr. Becker's Bionutrients, Cordyceps sinensis.
Medicinal mushrooms contain beta-glucans, compounds that promote healthy immune function while helping to coordinate multiple body systems. And Cordyceps sinensis is among the safest and most powerful medicinal mushrooms available today, making it your choice for stimulant-free natural energy.
BioInnovations is the affordable source that you can trust for all your vitamin and supplement needs. Give us a call at 888-442-1828. That's 888-442-1828. Or order online at bioinnovations.net. Be sure to ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. We're back, everyone, learning about the marvels of nature, essential oils. We learned the history. This was quite interesting, isn't it? So, Richard, that was great. And I love hearing about going way back to Hippocrates. So, that brings us to biblical times.
Absolutely.
Which at that time was the modern era.
Yes, it was.
Biblical oils. Let's talk about those.
Let's do. There are some 200 biblical references to anointing oils, plant-based emollients, ointments, incense, aromatics for the plants these agents are derived from. It was the very fabric of their culture. Absolutely. They couldn't imagine life without these plants. Frankincense, myrrh, salbanum, cinnamon is mentioned in the Bible. Cassia, rosemary, hyssop, and spikenard are among the most common ones mentioned. Let's give you a little example. In Psalms 133:2, and I'm paraphrasing, the psalmist writes, "How precious it is when our brothers come together in unity. It's like the precious oil upon our head." That's a pretty high esteem when we come together in unity to compare with an essential oil put on our head. Ecclesiastes 9:7-8. "Have a cheerful heart. God approves your works, and do not spare the oil upon your head." It's a reward for living a good life, the purity and the cleansing of your head. In Numbers 16:46-50, Moses instructs Aaron to light frankincense to make atonement because the plagues of Egypt are about to begin. Mark yourself with the burning of frankincense to protect. In the New Testament, it speaks of the three wise men presenting the Christ child with frankincense, myrrh, and gold. Of course, gold is not an essential oil, but it's still popular, isn't it? That has lost popularity one bit. And the anointing of the Christ child was spikenard. So this is part of our essence in the Judeo-Christian history, and I think we need to bring these things back and use them again because they have true value. Now let's talk a little bit about how the modern oils are produced. There are many, many factors involved in production of quality essential oils. A wide variety of safe plant products are used, the place of their growth. You know, one species of plant may grow well and optimal in one geographical region, and it may grow fine in another, but it doesn't produce the exact same molecular composition. So place of growth plays an important role because as an essential oil becomes popular, they want to plant it wherever they can. But the traditional place of growth is often what made the essential oil so popular, and replacing it with another location may not be exactly the same. Does that make sense? Because it's a consideration. The time of harvest, is it harvested at peak quality? Is it too early, too late? This type of thing. Sometimes they can't help it due to weather conditions. If it's raining in the fields, it has to be delayed. You know, this is true for all agricultural products. All of this matters. Agricultural practices, the species and subspecies of plant. When a plant becomes very popular and produces a very luxurious, like lavender, a very popular lavender, you will have a subspecies of related plant to lavender, but it's not quite the same, but it's similar in smell, so it can be a counterfeit. All of this applies. All of these factors apply, and the essential oils come from every continent. It's probably not in Antarctica. I don't think they're making much sense, but all the other continents contribute, and virtually every country in the world contributes some type of essential oil. A lot of competition. Traditional harvest at peak quality and time, there's a lot of tradition in this, and often the essential oil plants are harvested with the traditional agricultural methods. Not always. In today's world, they often use combines, but that's okay because a lot of people want to share with these essential oils. And remember, there's a large quantity of plants to produce its essence in small quantities. They're very powerful. Steam distillation is still the most common and still generally the best way to create essential oils. And consider steam distillation a sign of quality. The steam is passed through the plant. The steam and plant products condense on the water of the steam that condenses down, and the essential oil is skimmed off the top. We have the other methods, and sometimes they are best, but generally the steam distillation is best. Now, a question I have been asked several times is exactly how do these essential oils work? Is there a physiology involved? I remember as a child, I would come home from school and my mother may have made cookies for us for a snack. And you walk into the kitchen or the home and you smell this, and it creates such a sense of peace, loving, and care. You remember those days? And to this very day, if I smell an oatmeal cookie, it takes me back. What is the physiology of that? It's most fascinating. Listen, the olfactory nerve is activated, it's thought either by a lock and key mechanism, you know, the oatmeal cookie smell or the essential oil smell. As it acts as the key, it opens the lock concept and it triggers a nerve impulse. Other scientists believe that it is the vibrational energy of the oatmeal molecule or the essential oil. It's probably both. The vibrational energy of the essential oil along with the lock and key, what it does, it stimulates the olfactory bulb. This is the next nerve in the sequence. That stimulates the gustatory center, and this stimulates both the amygdala and the limbic system. Now stay with me, this will make sense. The amygdala awakens emotional memories. So when you breathe in the scent, it automatically triggers an emotional memory, the comfort of mother, nourishment that mother provides. It's a direct communication. The limbic system is in direct communication with the thalamus, the hypothalamus, and the corpus callosum. Now, these centers communicate with those centers that control heart rate, respiration, hormone regulation, stress response, immunity, digestion, metabolism, catabolism, and more. So, put in simple words, the sense of smell leads to automatic brain reactions. The other senses lead to thoughts that may lead to other body reactions. But only the sense of smell leads to a direct cascade of events that can change hormones, autonomic nervous control, such as blood pressure, digestion, sweating, calmness, mood, and on and on and on. All these things that our body does without us thinking about it can all be stimulated with the sense of smell. Isn't that amazing? And you know, Cindy's been working for months, maybe years on this project, and she's always playing with them. And when I come in to the home or go into her office at work, it's full of these aromas, and it just lifts my spirit. And I just love it so. And to me, the science guy, understanding how all that works, well, it just kind of makes things complete. Doesn't it? It's just so neat. So the nose connects to the brain that controls a wide variety of other functions. The other senses, you have to think about it. You know, when you feel heat, you might remember, I remember that day at the beach. That was nice. But when you smell the suntan oil, it takes you right there. Isn't that amazing how it works? That's how essential oils work. We'll have more in just a minute. We'll be right back.